Congratulations, you will not be home tonight because Jelly Roll wanted to personally invite you to a show, VIP ticket.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Snoop Dogg! Oh my
You scared me, baby.
This video is going to hit you somewhere you weren't ready for. 26 celebrities walked into someone's worst possible moment and completely flipped it. A man trying to buy an engagement ring he couldn't afford. A street musician singing to nobody at 2 in the morning. And a woman who once slept on the streets getting handed something at the end of this video that I still can't talk about without getting emotional. All of it caught on camera, none of it planned. Subscribe if you're new, let's get into it. Number 26, 2021, Zales Jewelry Store in Georgia. A young man is standing at the counter doing that thing where you pretend to be casual, but you're silently panicking because the numbers on the screen don't match the numbers in your bank account. He's negotiating a layaway plan for an engagement ring, doing math in his head, trying to figure out if he can stretch this across enough paychecks to make it work before the girl figures out what he's up to. Shaq is in the store. He overhears the whole thing, walks over, hands his credit card to the cashier, and says 6 words. Tell your girlfriend I got it. No fanfare, no social media post. He just paid and left. An employee shared the story later.
You know, this is the first time, every time you come in here.
On NBA on TNT the next night, Charles Barkley asked him about it, and Shaq shrugged. I'm just trying to make people smile, that's all.
It's money now, but I was like, you know what? Tell your girlfriend I got it, take care of it. I'm into making people happy, so whenever I leave the house, I just try to do a good deed.
7'1", and somehow, that's still not the biggest thing about him. Number 25, Kaya and Matt DeBono from Sydney had been going through the kind of financial stress that makes you sit at the kitchen table at midnight staring at spreadsheets, wondering if you can really do this. The wedding was about to get canceled. They couldn't afford the venue, the catering, any of it. A radio station heard their story and crowdfunded the ceremony so they could at least have a day, but nobody told them about the first dance. The music starts, and Ed Sheeran walks out with an acoustic guitar and sings Thinking Out Loud while they hold each other. The bride is mouthing, no, 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 through tears because her brain cannot accept what her eyes are seeing.
When your legs don't work like they used to before.
Ed later tweeted, available for weddings, birthdays, and bar mitzvahs. Contact your local supermarket for details. From nearly losing the wedding entirely to having Ed Sheeran sing your first dance. That's not a surprise. That's a resurrection.
The wedding singer, please. Here he is.
Number 24. In 2019, Keanu Reeves was on a United flight from San Francisco to Burbank when something went wrong mechanically, and the plane had to divert to Bakersfield. If you've never been to Bakersfield, just know that nobody goes to Bakersfield on purpose. The passengers are stuck at a nearly empty airport. No connecting flights. A 3-hour wait just for someone to come unload the luggage. Keanu stood up and calmly laid out the options. Take vans now and deal with your bags later, or sit here for hours. Everyone chose the van. On the drive, he pulled out his phone, opened the Wikipedia page for Bakersfield, and started reading population stats out loud to the group, like he was their personal tour guide.
Population is around 380,000. Making it the 9th most populous city in California and the 52nd most populous city in the nation.
Then he switched to YouTube and played Bakersfield sound country music through his phone speaker for the rest of the ride. When they finally reached Burbank, someone spotted him walking into a Carl's Jr. alone, like the whole thing was just a normal Tuesday. One passenger tweeted, "At least Keanu Reeves is having as bad a day as you are." Number 23. A 17-year-old hostess named Diana Rodas was working the front at an IHOP in Manhasset, Long Island, during a lunch rush. A man walked in, wearing a mask and a big beard. She told him the wait was 30 minutes. He nodded and left. Completely normal interaction, except that man was Adam Sandler. Diana didn't realize until a customer walked in 15 minutes later and said Adam Sandler was just outside. She posted a TikTok with a clown filter. Caption, "Please come back." 10 million views. Sandler saw it and tweeted back, "For the record, I only left the IHOP because the nice woman told me the all-you-can-eat deal didn't apply to milkshakes." IHOP declared May 10th Milkshake Monday in his honor. Sandler actually showed up at that same restaurant for the event, met Diana, posed for photos. The chain donated up to $50,000 to Comedy Gives Back. Her worst customer service moment became the best day of her career, and she didn't even have to comp a meal. Number 22. All right, this one technically isn't a worst moment, and I know that. Kids trick-or-treating on Halloween are already having the time of their lives. But what happened was so good, I'd feel worse leaving it out. On Halloween 2024, Olivia Rodrigo teamed up with Jimmy Kimmel. Guillermo answered the door dressed in a matching Guts tour costume, while Olivia hid behind it.
You want some guts?
No.
You like guts?
He asked the kids who their favorite singer was. One group said, Olivia Rodrigo. The door opens. She's standing right there. One girl immediately started crying and said something I've never heard a child say before.
You guys have a favorite singer?
Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo.
Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah? Well, that's a good answer.
I've never had cried.
I've never happy cried in my life. A boy froze for about 15 seconds. Olivia looked at him and goes,
Sir, are you having a stroke? Thanks for saying that. You made my day.
Another kid rattled off every deep cut on the album without blinking, and Olivia dumped the entire candy bowl into his pillowcase. That kid knew more about her discography than her own label does. Number 21. You know the feeling. 5 hours in economy. Seat won't recline. The air tastes recycled. Someone 3 rows up is eating something that smells like it was cooked in 2019. You've already watched 2 bad movies, and the drink cart hasn't even reached your section yet. That was the vibe on a 2022 Hawaiian Airlines flight from LA to Honolulu, until a 6'4" man wearing a gray suit, a black t-shirt, and a pink hibiscus flower behind his left ear grabbed the beverage cart and started walking down the aisle.
Thank you for choosing. What's up, guys?
Jason Momoa announced himself on the intercom as the water ambassador and personally handed out Mananalu water bottles to every passenger. It happened to be his 43rd birthday, and it was technically a promotion for his sustainable water brand. But the passengers didn't care about the marketing angle. They cared that Aquaman was serving them drinks at 30,000 feet. Everyone on the flight also got 10,000 Hawaiian Airlines miles. The most miserable part of your trip just became the only thing you'll talk about for the next 5 years.
And we're going to hand them out. I just want to say thank you for supporting us and doing your part to keep plastic out of our oceans for next generations to come. So, aloha. Welcome to Hawaii. I hope you have an amazing trip.
Number 20. Picture the most forgettable afternoon of your life. Tuesday, suburban strip mall, half-empty AMC theater. You're eating popcorn that costs more than your lunch. The lights haven't even dimmed yet. Nothing about this day will be remembered by anyone. Then the biggest movie star on the planet walks down your aisle. Summer of 2023. Tom Cruise showed up unannounced at random AMC theaters across Toronto, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, and Miami during regular matinees of Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. No entourage, no press team, just Tom Cruise standing in the aisle of a suburban movie theater telling every audience, "We dream of these moments to make these films for you." He stayed for selfies and left. The most forgettable Tuesday of your month just became a story you'll be telling at dinner parties for the next decade. Number 19. Wedding planning is one of those things that sounds romantic until you actually do it. The budget is never enough. The guest list is a political minefield, and by the end, you've compromised on so many things that the original dream barely resembles what you're actually getting. In 2023, a couple in Las Vegas had made peace with the fact that their ceremony was going to be a quick, low-budget drive-thru at the Little White Wedding Chapel. No grand venue, no string quartet, just 2 people doing the best they could with what they had. And then Ed Sheeran walked through the door carrying an acoustic guitar, backed by 4 singers, and performed his unreleased song, Magical, while they exchanged vows. He stayed after, signed the marriage certificate as an official witness. The bride's jaw dropped mid-aisle the second she recognized who was standing in front of her. From settling for the cheapest wedding in Vegas to having Ed Sheeran as your wedding singer. That's a plot twist even a screenwriter would reject for being too unrealistic. Number 18. A groom named James Rodknight was having pre-wedding drinks at the Fawsley Hall Hotel in England in 2022. Deep in that nerve spiral where you're second-guessing the seating chart and wondering if you ordered enough champagne, he looked across the bar and saw Keanu Reeves sitting there. James, fueled by whatever courage a hotel bar provides, walked over and invited him to the wedding. Keanu said yes, and then he actually showed up. He congratulated the couple, posed with the full wedding party, and when it came time for the group photo, he told everyone to say speed instead of cheese. The bride said later, "I think my jaw hit the floor. From pre-wedding panic to having John Wick in your wedding album. That's a guest list upgrade money cannot buy. All right, if you're already feeling something, I need to warn you, everything from here on out hits different. Number 17. This one isn't about a fan's worst day in the traditional sense, but anyone who's ever opened their phone to find hundreds of strangers ripping them apart knows it's its own kind of terrible. In early 2025, a TikToker named Bridget posted a video of herself dancing to Sabrina Carpenter's song Juno at a London show. Comment section turned really fast. People going after her appearance, her dancing, everything. It was getting genuinely cruel. Then Sabrina Carpenter herself appeared in the comments. This is exactly how I want to see y'all dancing at the show, yes, go girl. Over 100,000 likes on that one comment. Bridget posted a tearful response the next day. One sentence from the right person erased 1,000 from the wrong ones. Number 16. This next one isn't about a terrible day either, but the moment itself was so quietly beautiful that skipping it felt wrong. Amsterdam premiere, London 2022. A deaf aspiring actor named Thomas Perry handed Margot Robbie a British Sign Language alphabet card on the red carpet. He expected her to glance at it, smile, keep moving. That's what happens at premieres. Instead, she stopped completely, put everything she was carrying down, told him, "I know it," and signed the entire alphabet with him while the line of photographers backed up behind her.
For me, I know it. I know it. I can't wait. Hold on. Sorry.
She gave him nearly 2 full minutes on a red carpet. That's an eternity. Thomas told reporters she was absolutely lovely. Most people would have taken the card and walked. She stayed and learned his language. Number 15, 2023 Renaissance World Tour, LA Stop. Lizzo was in the crowd as a private fan during one of the most publicly painful stretches of her life. Lawsuits, headlines, the kind of year that makes you question everything about yourself. She wasn't there to perform or promote, she just needed the music. During the Queen's remix of Break My Soul, Beyoncé flashed Lizzo's name across the giant screen in front of 70,000 people. Lizzo filmed her own reaction. She's sobbing into the phone camera. She posted it later with the caption, "I was thinking about baby me, crying myself to sleep because of bullies. One name on one screen, that's all it took." Number 14, every musician knows this night. You set up your gear, you tune your guitar, you look out at the room, and the room is empty. In 2023, 24-year-old Gregor Hunter Coleman was performing at a tiny pub called Wonder Bar in Glasgow to basically nobody. Same night, same city, Post Malone had just finished playing the OVO Hydro to thousands. Instead of going back to the hotel, Posty walked into Wonder Bar, sat down, watched the set, then got up and sang 2 duets with Gregor right there in the pub. Gregor posted the next morning, "I went from playing to an empty room to singing with Post Malone. I'm still not sure it was real." Post later helped fund Gregor's first home deposit. The worst gig of his life turned into the night that changed everything. Number 13, Marcus Bornslater, 24, 4th grade teacher in Dallas, Title I school. He was spending his own paycheck on snacks, hygiene products, and shoes for kids whose families couldn't afford them, running out of money doing it, going viral at the same time because his classroom energy and style were electric. Jennifer Hudson invited him on her show for what he thought was a quick interview about going viral. It wasn't. She surprised him with a $10,000 check on live television. He covered his face, started sobbing, whispered, "This changes everything." The show then covered his classroom expenses for the rest of the year. A man who was draining his own bank account for other people's kids finally got something back. Number 12, December 2025. Fairview Elementary, Atlanta, Title I school. An 18-wheeler backed up to the building and the doors swung open. Inside, bikes, sneakers, laptops, scooters. Shaquille O'Neal walked in dressed as Shaka Claus. 600 kids. Every single one got a gift with their name on it. Some of them dropped to the floor when they heard their name called. One little girl leaned into the microphone and whispered, "Is this for real?" Yeah, it was. If this video is making you feel something right now, hit that like button and drop a comment telling me which surprise has hit you the hardest so far. We're nowhere close to done. Number 10, Toronto, September 2023, Scotiabank Arena. Shawn Mendes had canceled his entire world tour the year before for his health. Hadn't performed live in over a year. The kind of silence that makes people wonder if you're coming back. Noah Kahan brought him out for Stick Season, his home city, his crowd, his moment to decide if he still wanted this. Shawn's voice cracked audibly during the song. Noah told the audience, "It takes a lot of bravery to admit sometimes things can be hard as a musician." The arena didn't just cheer, they understood what they were seeing. This wasn't a duet. It was a comeback that nobody was sure would happen. Number 9, December 2023, Toronto. The kind of cold that makes your phone die and your fingers stop working. Dozens of fans had lined up since 5 in the morning to visit an immersive Wonka chocolate factory build at Yorkdale Mall. 5 a.m. in a Canadian December, numb toes, chattering teeth, 6 hours of standing in line knowing full well that what's waiting at the end is a cardboard cutout and a fake chocolate river. And then the real Willy Wonka walked in. Timothée Chalamet just showed up. Screams, tears. One girl's phone slid out of her frozen hands. He took a group selfie, chatted with individual fans, thanked them for braving the cold. From shivering in the dark at dawn for a photo op to meeting the actual person. That's the kind of upgrade that only happens in movies. Or apparently, at a mall in Toronto. Number 8, 2024. Department store. A young woman shopping with her little sister on the kind of budget where every item gets held up, mentally priced, and half of them go back on the shelf. Shaq was in the same store, noticed them, walked by, and let a $100 bill fall out of his hand near the older sister. She picked it up, ran after him, tried to give it back. He dropped a second 100 for her little sister. Kept walking, didn't look back, didn't film it. Someone else in the store captured what happened next. Both sisters in the parking lot, holding each other, sobbing. A man who remembers what it feels like to count every dollar decided 2 strangers didn't have to do that today. Number 7, Declan LeBaron, 8 years old, Eagles superfan, has a chronic joint condition that's meant a lot of time getting medical care, 17 visits, and counting. He'd recently gone viral for walking into a Dollar Tree and giving away $1,000 worth of toys to complete strangers.
Close your eyes, and on the count of 3, say, fly, Eagles, fly. 1, 2, 3.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Thank you.
Those are tickets you're going to the game, man.
The Today Show invited him on, offered him a choice, a mystery bird or doing the weather. He picked the bird. Cue Eagles cheerleaders walking through the doors, a brass band playing Fly, Eagles, Fly, and Bradley Cooper sprinting onto the set holding Super Bowl tickets for his entire family. Cooper later made sure Declan introduced the Eagles at Super Bowl 59. 5 days later, a kid who spent a huge chunk of his childhood in waiting rooms stood on the biggest stage in sports and introduced his favorite team to the world. Number 6, a street musician named Mike was performing Ed Sheeran's Eyes Closed on a rough corner in Brooklyn in 2023, almost nobody watching. He'd recently been through a health setback and was grinding his way back one sidewalk session at a time. Middle of the chorus, a man walked up behind him, started singing the second verse. Mike spun around, 3 full seconds of staring at Ed Sheeran's face without recognizing him. Then it clicked. He physically collapsed, just dropped. Ed caught him, helped him up, and handed him tickets to his MetLife Stadium show that week. 3 seconds of not knowing that the guy whose song you're singing is standing behind you. That delay is what makes the clip unforgettable. Number 5, October 2024, Times Square, public piano. A street pianist named Andrew Kessler was playing If I Ain't Got You. He'd been working through a tough health recovery, putting in 6-hour shifts on that bench every single day because the music was the one thing that made the rest of it bearable. A woman sat down next to him on the bench, started singing. It was Alicia Keys, the person who wrote that song. She stayed for 10 minutes. Full duet, no camera crew, no announcement. She just appeared, sat down, and played. When the writer of the song that's been getting you through your hardest year shows up next to you in the middle of the city and starts singing along, there's no word for that. There really isn't. Number 4, December 2014, Christopher's Haven, Boston. A 9-year-old boy named Kenny Botting was going through a difficult stretch of medical care. His room was covered wall to wall in Captain America posters, every surface. Evans showed up unannounced, stayed 4 hours. Not 30 minutes for a photo, 4 hours. He let Kenny tie Captain America up with toy rope, sat on the floor, talked to him like nobody else in the building existed. Here's the part that matters most. Kenny is now a healthy adult. He's alive and doing great. The story doesn't end in a hospital. It ends with a kid who needed a hero growing up to not need one anymore. Number 3, Michelle Boissonneau from London. Ontario used to sleep on the streets. That was years ago. She turned everything around. Now she works 12-hour shifts doing outreach for people experiencing homelessness through an organization called 519 Pursuit, no car, no savings. Doing the work anyway because she believes in it. Social media personality MD Motivator heard her story, connected with Jelly Roll's team, and set the whole thing up. First, they surprised Michelle with VIP concert tickets. She cried. Then the next day at Oak Ridge Ford, Jelly Roll was standing there holding the keys to a low-mileage car. Michelle screamed, "No, no, no." Kept saying, "Give it to someone else. I don't need this." She eventually accepted. She said later, "I would tell my younger self to hold on. It's going to get better. You're loved, and one day you're going to love yourself. She celebrated another year of being in recovery the following month. Number 1, October 2025, Las Vegas Strip, 2 a.m. A man living on the streets was sitting on the sidewalk singing "Save Me" to almost no one. Just him and a song that clearly meant something personal. An influencer named Mike Maylock walked by, stopped, pulled out his phone and called Jelly Roll, held the screen up to the man. The second he recognized who was on the other end, his entire face changed. Jelly sang the chorus with him, one voice through a phone screen, the other from a sidewalk. The few people passing by stopped and watched. The man broke down. Jelly told him, "You're not alone, brother." Then he gave him a number to call, offered tickets and resources to help him get back on his feet. A man on a sidewalk singing the song of someone who used to know exactly what that sidewalk felt like. And that someone called back. The distance between where you are and where you want to be is shorter than you think. Jelly Roll knows that better than anyone alive because he stood on both sides of that phone. Shaq sliding his credit card across a jewelry counter for a stranger. Keanu reading Wikipedia on a bus full of stranded passengers like it was story time. Ed Sheeran standing in a Vegas chapel with a guitar because 2 people deserved a first dance even if they couldn't afford one. None of them had to do any of it. That's the part that gets me. Fame doesn't make you kind, it just makes your kindness louder. And the people in this video chose to be loud about the right things. Let me know in the comments which moment hit you the hardest. If this video made you feel something real, subscribe. We've got a lot more coming.